But if you need the charger, just let me know, okay? You hear me? Baby boy. Hey, girl. You hear me, baby? Anthony. If you need the charger, just let me know, okay? Okay, come around the other way. Let me use it for like 5 more minutes and then come and get it. Hey, girl. Hi. How are you doing? What is going on? What is going on? You said, oh, what happened? What happened? Hola. From Hawaii. Hi. Baby, go around the other side. I'm alive. Hi. Yes, I figured that since I'm so funny acting and I do it during the daytime because I am a mom, I figured I would come at night. So can I use it for 5 minutes? How many, what's your percentage?
18.
Okay, come back at like 10 and I got you. Okay? Thank you. Hi. How are you doing? Thank you. Thank you. I love ginger on me. I love ginger on me. And I typically wait for like the fall, but I was like, whose rules? No one. And so yeah, I just wanted to come in. As you come in, state where you're from, how old you are. Today I don't have anything to talk about, girls. Nothing at all. I almost didn't even come on live, but I was like, I haven't posted all week since Monday, and it was like really, you know, in and out. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have so many girls. Y'all don't understand. I speak to so many women in my coaching calls from all over the world, from different continents, just from different places. And a lot of you girls feel like, Fancy, I don't know if, you know, this is just the United States, a Texas thing or whatever, but, you know, are there girls out there like me? So leave where you're from, where you're watching, and how old you are. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I just wanted to come on just to chit chat with you girls for a little bit. I normally don't do nighttime, and I figured since school's about to start and I'm gonna be mommy teacher one-on-one that I would check in with you. So yeah. But I wanted to answer some questions. I wanted to let you girls know that the Sugar Baby event is totally booked. I'm so sorry. My email is totally swamped, and I tried to kind of do like, you know, like gave 2 or 3 girls the information because I extended it to 2 or 3 more girls and gave them 24 hours to respond because I didn't want everybody to cash at me or send me the money at the same time, and I'm having to send money back to you if the spots get full. And I did it like that until the spots were full. But we will have more events. This is like the test run, so just know you're not missing out on anything. This is gonna be like kind of raw. I am gonna document it, so don't feel like you're gonna be left out. You girls will be there, like I said, a Bad Girls Club, Sugar Baby style. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a learning experience. I've been super overwhelmed with everything, the itinerary and planning the events and trying to identify what the girls need. And I realized last minute, I was just like, yo, these girls are flying in from everywhere. And the number one thing that a lot of you girls have issues with are your profiles and stuff. So I figured I would hire, you know, one of the best photographers out here to come in and take pictures of the girls while they're here and stuff like that. Again, there will be other events, and when y'all come, I will look out for you too. So I'm just been like, I've been overwhelmed, so I figured let me come on, let me say hey. Monique, it's booked. Girl, when I say booked, there's no more spots. I'm so sorry. I tried to, this is the thing. I rented out a huge venue, and when I tell you it could hold like 25 plus people, but listen. We all need our own space. We're all stuck up and bougie and funny acting. I don't want us to have to wait for, you know, bathrooms or amenities or whatever. I want us all to feel comfortable and feel like royalty. So, and then not only that, I want to be able to have one-on-one time with each and every one of you girls. And with it just being me, I'm kind of nervous. I'm an introvert, you know what I mean? And I kind of barely got used to being on camera and stuff and talking to you girls live. And so it's going to be different for me, and I just don't want to get overwhelmed. And, you know, some girls are money hungry and they're not really about you learning. And so they will take your money and have you sleeping on the sleeping bag on the floor in a, like a little tent and a fort. And that's not what I'm trying. I want y'all to be sleeping comfortable. So, in addition to that, I want you to grow. I want you to learn. I want you to make memories. I want you to, you know, make bonds with the girls. And I feel like just too many girls, it's going to be oversaturated. Now, if y'all don't mind sleeping on, in bean bags and tents, then that's another story. But it's maxed. It's maxed. Yes, forts. I was just like, the mom is coming out. Me and my baby, sometimes we make, you know, tents and forts in the living room. And y'all girls, I have people in there fancy. I will sleep in the garage. I'm like, calm down. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. So it will be, you know, another event. I'm not really sure if we're gonna do that here. Y'all don't know, I might be, you know, headed to Miami or Vegas to do, like, you know, a part 2. I love to travel, and with that being said, I'm not against, you know, doing something like what I'm doing here in Dallas for these 2 days, you know, picking up and going somewhere else. But I kind of, since this is my home and I kind of want to do a test drive, you never know, it might work out better for you where you don't have to fly to me. But, you know, listen. So I just wanted to come on. As y'all come on in, please like. You said, am I scared of the virus? I feel like absolutely. Number one, I'm not invincible. And number two, we had a masquerade event planned, a super huge event planned, and I'm gonna put that on the back burner. You know, I'm keeping it kind of small. Like, listen, I'm keeping it really, really small. You know, I'm taking, you know, precautions as we go. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm not trying to be insensitive to the people who have been affected by it. But, you know, I feel like to each their own, you know, do what's best for you. But I am trying to help you girls. And if you want to come, they're coming. And if not, then okay. But, you know, so yes. But did y'all have any questions? I know a lot of you girls, feel as though since you're not able to necessarily afford coaching, that, you know, I'm kind of dismissing you or whatever. But I'm here. So what's going on with you girls? You have any questions? What have you been, you know, having challenges with? Because I'm here. I love XOXO. Girl, I be seeing you in so many other lives that I be watching myself. And the lives that I watch, I'm not gonna say I necessarily, that's my thing, but I be learning. I be like, is that how these really feel? I said, let me find out. Y'all can get away with it. Girl, you know what I'm talking about. We're not mentioning any other content creators, but girl, the way you be commenting, I said, wait a minute. So yes, I put you out there like that. I be seeing you, girl. Okay, you said, what age do you feel like is too young for sugaring and or coaching? I feel like if you're still in high school, if you're still living with your parents, if you haven't graduated yet, you need to be focused on a high school diploma. Not saying that you shouldn't be dating, you shouldn't be, you know, experiencing the opposite sex. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, as far as finessing, as far as going out with strangers, you know what I mean? For you to still have to, you know, call your parents just to let them know where you are. It's just I'm a mom, okay? So with that being, I'm a bit biased. So if you're in college and stuff like that, and you're on your own and you're doing your own thing, and, you know, you're like Bambi with your new little baby feet, I'm here. I'd rather you avoid the obstacles that so many of us, sit here and just bypass, without caution. And I'm here to help. But once you graduate high school, once you get out on your own, once you're an adult and you're able to vote and make, decisions. So that's just my suggestion, it's my opinion, but to each their own. Okay. You said what's better, a sugar baby or a cam girl? They're totally different. Um, how do you find the one who just wants company? Is there something you should put in your bio or your profile? A lot of you girls want to take the easy way out. Okay, and what I mean by you don't want to do your research, you don't want to vet these guys, and you just want to fancy. How do I find the ones that want to spend big bucks? How do I find the one who just doesn't want the extra? How do I find the ones that's super polite and they don't bug me all the time, and I'm able to live my life and be with people I really like, and then when I need money I can reach out? You had to vet these guys. Everybody's different, every personality is different, everybody's financial situation's different. You have to do the work. So I'm gonna just leave it like that. How do you turn a friend into a sugar daddy? How do I get them to start giving me money? He's old and wants to hang out. Well, why is he your friend? Why did you put him in the friend zone? And has he spent money thus far? And if no, then why would he start spending money now? If you're going to still keep that friend dynamic, and still want money, he's gonna be like, okay, well, we were friends, I didn't give her any money, and now all of a sudden I'm gonna start giving her money. What else do I get other than this friendship? He's gonna want something more, versus someone who hasn't had that friendship or haven't, had you within their life. And from the beginning, the standard was set that they were gonna spend money to be in your life. So it just really depends. If he hasn't spent money yet, then it's not likely. Exactly, absolutely. Girl, XOXO, when I sit here and I tell you, like, and it's crazy because girls don't understand. Oh, thank you so much for that donation, babe. Thank you. Let me see, with the popularity of SB rising and the high demand for high demand. Do you think, well, okay, so with the popularity of sugar babies rising and the high demand for high value men, do you think women will start to share high value men? I don't really know what others are, going to do or not to do, but people think that just because you want a high value man means that you're going to get one. A lot of women don't understand that you have to qualify also. A lot of women just want to say, yes, I started off saying, you don't have to bring anything to the table. And I mean that just because at the beginning, a lot of girls I was dealing with, they were dealing with dusties. You shouldn't have to be, going 50-50. You shouldn't have to be helping a man when it comes to finances. Men have their roles and women have their roles. And with that being said, you have to stay in your lane. So when it comes to a high value man, an alpha male, a provider man, he knows what he's supposed to do. And with that being said, you have to, yes, at a certain extent, once you get to a certain level, you have to impress them. Yes, it's easy for me to give you step A, B, and C as to how to, get their attention and get that first date or two, but you have to keep their attention. Just because a man can afford a Bentley, his dream car, the man's dream car, say he can buy it tomorrow. Do you think that just because that car has all the bells and whistles that he's never going to purchase another car for the rest of his life? As a high value woman, you have to continue to evolve. You have to continue to work on yourself. You have to continue to keep this man on his toes. And if you don't, there's no way that you will keep this man's attention. So to answer your question, since there's such a high demand and a high value men, it's not like an object. Everybody's going to go out, and get the new iPhone or the new Android or whatever the case. Just because you want them doesn't mean that they want you, doesn't mean that you're going to be able to maintain that relationship. And who's to say if you actually have the choice to share them with somebody else? That man might be with you and you're not doing what you need to do as far as keeping him, as far as, keeping yourself in shape. A lot of women are like, you know what, Fancy, I think I had a coaching call and she was just like, what did she say? I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of paying my own bills. I'm done. I shouldn't have to do it. Like, it's just unacceptable. And I'm thinking to myself, we're grown. We should be able to maintain this lifestyle for ourselves. And why would a man just go up to you just because you're tired and just because you cute and just because you have a, a kitty, what that doesn't mean that, you know, all of a sudden he's going to jump up and he wants to take care of your whole livelihood. And then with that being said, what do you have to offer him? Are you, you know, can you inspire him? Can you support him? Are you encouraging? Are you going to understand his hard, busy lifestyle? A lot of women don't understand that these men that make this money, they continue. They're not just going to get to a point that, oh, I hit $1 million, I'm comfortable. No, he's going to, a true high value man is going to continue to work and work and work. And to make money, you have to lose money. And to lose money, you're going to, like, all of this, it takes time. So if you're just about, oh, I don't know what my man's doing and he's spending too much time in office, it's not your lifestyle. You have to have something going for yourself. You have to be able to keep yourself, entertained in a productive way. And so with that being said, it's, the lifestyle's not for everybody, and no matter what everybody, you know, says, like, I know on my high value, what is a high value man video, a lot of girls are like, fancy, 6 figures, and I expect that man to at least make 6 figures within a month. You're saying that, you know, and all this stuff, and I'm like, sweetheart, you're delusional. What you don't understand is you're not even getting money from men who are in 60K, 50K. And if you can't even get money from the men who aren't really even making, you know, any kind of money, what makes you feel as though you can get a man that, quote unquote, that's making 6 figures a month? Sweetheart, stop. Like, stop. And I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not, yes, I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to show you, because nobody knows, you know, what a woman has to do to attract a high value man versus a woman. You know, a man can say all day, this is what I will go for and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And this is what I look at. But as women, we know, as a woman who's dealt with dusties to high value men, you know, I will be able to tell you, girl, this is a mistake. Yes, you know what I mean? I have my type. But when it comes to it, my lifestyle and what I want for my future, I can bypass that. And so you really have to sit down and understand, I need y'all to like. Listen, I need y'all to like. Y'all know I don't be doing it late at night. But I just wanted to say hi to y'all. But I didn't mean to go off on a rant because I wasn't supposed to be preaching on nothing. Nothing. I just wanted to answer some questions, and I wanted to answer her questions. Do I think high value women are going to have to share high value men because they're high in demand? They're not a pair of shoes. They're not a Birkin bag. They're not a limited edition. They're not any of that. So absolutely not, because just because you claim to be a high value woman doesn't mean you are. And just because you claim to want a high value man doesn't mean that you will be one, be a woman that attracts one. So no, I don't think so. Can you give tips on asking for a meetup fee when sugaring online? When should it be done? How to phrase it? I made so many videos. So many videos. I think this is my 100th video. And it was supposed to be special. And I'm over here ratchet on a Saturday night, 2 days before second grade, in this thing. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. It depends. If you're on a sugaring website, sugar daddy meets, seeking arrangements, whatever the case is, you need to ask up front, what's your favorite color? What kind of food do you like? How long have you been on this website? Can you afford me? What's your minimum as far as, you know, an allowance for the sugar baby in your life? It should be up front. And that's the only benefit of dealing with a sugaring website. If it's, a lot of you girls, y'all like Tinder and Hinge and all these, you know, STD transfers, like all these nasty websites and baby daddies and one night stands, and oh, but they look so good. And I think this one lady said, I have my sugaring websites and then I have my websites that I use for real dating. I'm like, sweetheart, so you want to marry a dusty and then you want to, you know, an affluent man to finance that? Priorities. Your priorities. So, depending on the website, if it's a trifling website like Tinder, Bumble, or any of those others, again, I'm not judgmental, it's just my opinion. I never tell my girls to get off of a website that they are on or that works for them, because again, depending on location, depending on who you are, you could be at the right place at the right time. There's not a magical website where you're gonna find a sugar daddy, an affluent man, a man that's willing to spend money on you. And so with that being said, on websites like that, I'm not on those websites. So if anything, I will make hints saying, listen, I'm very stuck up. I'm really fake and funny acting. I require a lot. I'm high maintenance. And I just wouldn't want to waste your time, you know. And I'm kind of like that when it comes to men who are clearly, you know, they're out of their league. So I kind of do that in situations like that. Same thing if I want to be ratchet. I just made a post, and I like to, I like to go to ratchet places, with classy people. Like, it's just, I'm still in my 20s. That's not an excuse, but I'm just saying I like to have fun. I like to, just be myself. But I do like to have a certain, a crowd around me, a certain type of person. So say if I was just somewhere ratchet, you know what I mean, with my girls or just with a group or whatever the case is, and a ratchet dude came, and approached me just like they would on Tinder or Bumble or whatever, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna go hard. I'm like, listen, you know, I don't even want to sit here and, put you in a bad situation. I'm going to sit here and say something like that, not to seem like, not to offend them, but to let them know I'm one of them. And if you're not willing to spend no money, then no. And so, same thing online. Now, when it comes to Hinge, Millionaire Match, elite dating, when it comes to interracial dating, when it comes to finessing on LinkedIn, which I highly suggest, then, I wouldn't mention the money up front, because these men, are like a Millionaire Match. You have to show proof of income, and on the proof of income, these men have the money. Just because a man is making six figures consistently, just because he financially has that high value man status, doesn't make him a high value man. But it's easier for you to work with and deal with the BS if he has it, versus someone who's pretending to be somebody who he's not, and he can't afford you even if he wanted to. So on websites like that, they can afford you, and so it's not really necessary to sit here and bring it up, because you can scare the man away. He's like, okay, wait a minute, I don't know if she's just after my money. I don't know what type of woman this is. I just don't know. So I kind of, give him like that 2 to 3 day rule, where I'm talking to him, having a good time, letting him know the type of environments that I like to go to. And then, when it comes to a virtual date, when it comes to meeting in person, I will sit here and, leading up to it, depending on how long I say, I would sit here and say, hey, can you, cash at me, Venmo me money for this black dress? It's really, really cute, and I want to look my best for you. Or, hey, can you send me the money to get my nails done? Or, hey, can you sit here? But this is after I've shown him that I have personality, that I have substance, that like he can value me, that he respects me, that he enjoys me, that if he didn't do it, then he would miss the chance on getting to know me. Now, if you're just demanding, oh, this is the type of woman I am, and you should be able to see, no, can't nobody see, through any of that BS. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, you have to show that you're worth an investment. And yes, I've always said don't bring anything to the table because you're dealing with dusties. Absolutely not. But when you're dealing with a high value man, you have to show him why you're better than the next woman, and you have to show him what he's going to miss out on if he passes up the opportunity to, get to know you, invest in you, and spending time with you. So that's my tips as far as asking for meet fees. It definitely depends on where you're meeting these guys. Typically, if I'm meeting somebody in person, regardless of gas station or whatever, I'm very, in every single story time, I have no reason to. Number one, I'm not even creative enough to make up stuff. And then number two, I try to post as many receipts as possible so you know what it is. And so any guy I meet in person, I'm letting them know, like, dude, you're gonna have to pay for that. Or, oh, you're touching me too much. It looks like, you know what I mean, you're trying to spend some money. And so with that being said, yes, the confidence kind of developed within the entertainment industry, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to figure out what works for you, because what works for you is not gonna, work for other women, and what works for other women is not gonna work for you. And so, yeah, let me see if I got my other. Okay. Olivia, thank you for the donation. She said, my daughter's father found out I was sugaring and threatened to take me to court for full custody. Have you ever had that my experience with that? Any advice? Should I be worried? Okay, so I guess it really doesn't matter if you guys are together or not, but I'm just gonna assume that you're not together. And sugaring, what is he gonna tell the judge, that you're a gold digger? I don't really know. As far as that, I know I had like a different story time, like kinda in that same situation. But what can I say? Like, are you an extracurricular activity worker? Because if you're doing something illegal, then that's different. You know what I mean? If you're putting your child in danger, if, like, what is the judge going to say? You can't date? You know what I mean? Are you bringing a bunch of people around your kid? Do you do drugs? Like me, I'm super square, and even though y'all don't believe me, I tell you all the time, I've never even, smoked before. Like, I just never did. In addition to that, I have asthma, y'all. I be So if you're like super clean, you got, you're taking care of your baby, you're providing and stuff like that, and for whatever reason they found out that you're sugaring, which I don't know how he found out that you were technically sugaring versus dating, unless you're just going around. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You're gonna have to explain it, but you shouldn't have anything to worry about. If you're not doing anything illegal, if you're not engaging into, criminal activities, okay, things that I can't mention on YouTube, then you should be fine. What is the judge gonna say? So Samantha said he's probably jealous. That's why he threw out the threat. Yeah, a lot of people that are bitter and angry and jealous and just what I mean. Like, he's not even thinking logically. Like, how is that causing any harm to their child? Like, even if you were like an entertainer, if it's legal, which being an entertainer is legal, you know what I mean. As long your kid's not going to work with you, you're not bringing anybody home, like you're not doing it. Like, you just really have to think about things and just not allow yourself to lead with emotion. And that's what I'm just gonna leave it like that. And so, with that being said, I wonder if I'm gonna share something. I don't know, because that's kind of personal. So, okay, I had a similar situation. I'm just going to say that I had a similar situation where somebody who, I'm not going to say, who exactly it was, but somebody close to me, they got upset because, at the end of the day, I got out of a bad situation. I wasn't struggling anymore, and I decided to be an entertainer. And they thought that they would try to take me to court because I was an entertainer. And so, yes, we had court dates and stuff like that, but I didn't have a background. I've never been in trouble like that. They did the full 9 yards. They did like a toenail test and stuff like that. And I guess a toenail test, you can't alter like a hair test where you can dye your hair or bleach it or whatever and stuff. I've never done a drug. Like, yes, I'll drink, and have fun and whatever, but I've never done, a drug outside of alcohol. So, I went through that, and I just feel as though I went through that because Texas is kind of strict and they just want to make sure that the child is okay. So I'm going to say I went through the similar situation and I didn't have a problem. I didn't have a problem. I didn't have a problem. There was no problem. They just simply did a drug test, did a background test, and had them state why they felt as though I was being a danger to my child. And so, with that being said, it wasn't a problem. So, I wouldn't even worry about it. I wouldn't even worry about it. And when you're, yes, it was a toenail test. I was like, let me find out. Y'all did a toenail test. Shoot, if y'all need a toenail, let me know. So, yes. Yeah. So a lot of times men and women try to say things or do things that's going to emotionally, drain you or move you. And that seems like it's what it is. If he was going to spend the money, because he would have to spend the money to get it done. It's not just like something like child support or something that they're just going to do because it's necessary. They literally have to get an attorney and they have to sit here and, state something, you know what I mean? Just state something, and then they're gonna sit here and investigate, and then that's it. But I wouldn't worry about it, and I'll just act unbothered, and he's gonna sooner or later leave you alone. Okay, let me see if I missed. Let me see. Okay, Samantha, I remember you said it on the coaching call, how to finesse on LinkedIn. Okay, I also have a video on that. Yes, Hinge. I love Hinge. Depending on where you're located, Hinge can be like a total dead zone, or Hinge could be like totally good. But it just really, really depends. You can meet, a guy anywhere. That's why I say always look your best when you're going out. Now, when it comes to LinkedIn, I always suggest that we as women, we do things that, we do things that other people aren't willing to do. And I'm not saying in a legal manner, and I'm not saying in a physical, intimate level. I mean, like, as far as research, if you can sit here and, study super hard, blood, sweat, and tears, go into debt, do all this stuff as far as getting a degree to work for the rest of your life, why are you not willing to do the same to, attract a high value man and maintain him? And it's just not about, catching him and trapping him and forcing him to stay with you, because it's not going to happen. If a man doesn't want to be with you, especially a high value man, especially an alpha male, he will not be anywhere that he does not want to be. And it doesn't matter how you feel as though you can finesse it. So LinkedIn, I felt like I was dealing with a lot of ladies who are far within their career. They are, in their 30s and up, and they're just, tired. They make well over six figures. They do well for themselves. They provide a lifestyle for themselves, but they're tired of dealing with men who are attracted to them just to be, just to take advantage, and just for the woman to take care of the man. A lot of men will only be attracted to you for your income and what you can provide them and what they can take from you, depending on the type of man you're dealing with. Are you dealing with a dusty? Are you dealing with a grown boy? Are you dealing with an alpha male that will never take from anybody? And if he doesn't have it, he's going to be by himself and figure out how to, make something out of nothing, no matter what it is. And so LinkedIn is a platform that a lot of my, business women use. And they said, well, Fancy, I'm dealing with a lot of business, and yes, I've had people within my office and with my market trying to talk to me, but I'm very professional. I'm strictly business, and yes, I'm looking for someone who's in the same field, but that doesn't work with me directly, and I just don't know how to do it. And I'm like, okay, so why is it okay for guys within the industry to hit on you, you know what I mean, and make it unprofessional, but it's not okay for you to be receptive to receive the passes and advances? If he's going to take you out, then allow that man to take you out. And so I figured on LinkedIn, since it is a platform where a lot of people conduct business, I feel as though if you have a business LinkedIn, you should make. Can y'all hear me? It's disconnected for a little bit. So I'm going to wait so I know that y'all can hear me. So I don't want to keep on talking about LinkedIn and it's not helping. Are y'all there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. But make a separate LinkedIn account. Use the same picture, and I say use the same exact picture because if somebody that you work with within your office or whatever the case is comes across your second profile, they're not going to be able to say, why do you have two profiles? You can simply say, hey, somebody stole my picture. You know what I mean? I heard about it. One of my girlfriends told me about it. Somebody told, but I never cared to look into it. You can keep your business life business and professional, and your your personal life personal life personal personal life personal. So yeah, and just if you're looking for someone who is in finance, do research on the finance market. See an entry level job that you can say that you work at or that you used to work at, and it's going to put you in the same market and suggestive people that you may know within the finance department. Just like Facebook, because of the high school and the college and the jobs that you work, they're going to suggest people that you may know. Same thing with LinkedIn. If you put yourself, maybe you're looking for an engineer, type in major engineering positions that are entry level within your area, for, whatever company, and, say that you used to work for this company, and it's going to put you around, the CEOs, the VPs, the presidents, and all this other stuff. And it gives you, an advantage that, these men are who they say they are, because that's their virtual resume. That's, where they conduct business. And this is how I would approach it, me personally. Again, this is just me and how I would do it. Women should never approach a man. That is very masculine. But when it comes to a situation or a platform where someone's just not going to approach you, especially because it's business, I would reach out. I'm so sorry to bother you. I noticed that you work for ABC Corporation, and before the pandemic, I was considering doing an internship there, and it was a toss up between your company and another company. And I was hoping that you wouldn't mind, shedding a little light as to, the pros and cons. And I noticed that you've been there for 8 to 10 years, and if anybody would be able to help, you would, because it looks like you're the man. If he's interested, he's gonna, reach out. Men do not do anything just to help you. They're just not gonna do it, especially when it comes to business. So if they don't reach out, maybe it was her company's website or contact information or email or whatever. Maybe he shares the email with his wife because he's just a hoe for show, okay? And if that's the case, you dodged a bullet. Or maybe you're just not his type. I don't care what you look like. You're not gonna be everybody's type. And with that being said, yeah, but if he is receptive and he responds, you position him to be that knight in shining armor. He's like, okay, little mama over here trying to get some help. Let me help you. Help me. So you just have to be creative. You have to be different, and you just have to think outside of the box. And if you're not willing to do that, then this isn't a lifestyle for you. Again, you have to be able to not only attract these men, but you have to maintain that attraction. Just like anything else, especially a high value man, when it comes to affluent men, their money and their status is their currency. When it comes to women, our beauty is our currency. And yes, some people will state that, you have to look this way or you have to be this way. At the end of the day, be the best version of yourself that you can be. If you know you're overweight, if you know you need to get in shape, if you know you need to eat healthier, if you know you need to sit here and go harder when it comes to, maintaining yourself and upkeep and being polished and getting your hair done and your nails done and stuff like this, you have to understand these are the things that you have to do. You can't come to a date with your nails not done and expect a man to pay for you to get your nails done. He's going to be like, well, you didn't see it being that important to, present yourself with your nails done, so why would I invest into that? I'm just not. And so with that being said, you have to understand what you need to work on as far as yourself, as far as having, a good outcome. Should you use your fake name for the new profile? LinkedIn profile, I would, unless it's something like if it's fancy, then why did I seen, okay, it's so crazy. I didn't see so many fake profiles of myself on all these dating websites. I said, y'all so fake. In addition to that, I've had so many coaching calls with girls who want me to do profile evaluations, and they want me to well, first off, they don't even want to do the work as far as that about me. They just put one word that said, Fancy, can you help me? And the thing is, I don't know about you. I don't know what you like to eat. I don't know what you like to do. I don't know you. Okay, so I at least need you to have a little something there so I can kind of, do a little something with it. But then I didn't see different sections and all this other stuff, and it sounds like me, word for word. I said, how you pay me to do a profile evaluation and you didn't wrote down everything from one of my, this is the thing. The more something is used, the less it's going to be, attractive. You know what I mean? When you wear out something, you know what I mean? It's just not going to be fun and cute and, different. And so y'all can do that all day. I got my roster, and I'm not worried about it. And then I hate when I see, so many girls using all my stuff, and then I'm like, okay, that's cute, that's funny, that's me. But then it's catfishing, because when you go on these dates, you not me and you not funny. They gonna be like, who are you? What's going on? But to each their own. Y'all just tickle me. But y'all, I be so done. I don't be saying that. Listen. Well, now ain't got the French. Okay, let me find out. She said she went to go get the French ombre. She cute. She said, I'm gonna order your waist trainer when when financial aid comes. Girl, do that whenever you're ready. I don't be trying to press y'all. I don't be trying to listen. I know how it is. I am a single mom. I don't get any help. Listen, I understand. So I'll be here when you're ready. Okay. XOXO. So let's talk about what we've been watching. I think it's you and another girl. I'm trying to remember her. I'm trying to remember her name, her YouTube handle. And I cannot. That's how I know who I would be like real cool with in life. I'd be like, girl, I be seeing you. Girl, I be seeing you. Oh, one of y'all just cashed at me. Y'all are so sweet. I don't even think I have any moderators in this one. I need some moderators, y'all. Well, I don't really mind, the hate and the drama and stuff, but, make me official. Okay. She said there's a chat company called ABC. Girl, I just made something up. I don't even know. I'm just saying, you really have to be quick on your toes, and you really have to be able to, you know what I mean, hold a conversation. And if somebody, this is what I do. If you're able to, okay, I don't know what y'all do when it comes to working for, like a job interview, but I'm like a beast when it comes to interviews. Like, I don't even, like, I probably haven't done an interview in like, how old is my baby? 7? Dang, I probably haven't worked for nobody in like maybe 7 years. Maybe since I was pregnant. I think when I was pregnant, I was at like I was working at Blue Cross Blue Shield or something like that because I got my degree in biochemistry. And it wasn't to work or anything like that. I wanted to be fast and ratchet. I was like, listen, I need one of these scientists. So, and plus, I just have the smarts like that. And I just don't mind. I feel like as Aquariuses, we like to research and stuff like that. I don't really believe in science and stuff, but I'm just going to say the Aquariuses that I know, I don't know. And so I've always been good at science and math and numbers and money and, medicine and, atoms and electrons and all that other stuff. So I'm really good at interviews and stuff like that. And I'll say whatever needs to be said to get whatever, I want. And so, if I'm applying for a job or whatever, I will actually not only look at the job description like most, I will see here and I'll go and do the research, and if you're willing to do all of that, so there's like, okay, well, what do you know about our company? And I'll sit here and I say, well, I know that y'all were founded in 19 da 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 da, and I'm gonna sit here and say that y'all, took off at this time because I cared enough to put in that work. And what you women don't understand is I don't plan on working. I don't ever, I don't ever plan on working like that. I don't. Yes, I plan on, having businesses and that's just it, but I don't ever plan on working for nobody except for my husband, okay? And so, with that being said, the same amount of work and time and effort that you're gonna put into a position as to making someone else rich and working a 9 to 5 and being at a cap where you can't, bypass that, why are you not willing to do that same work when it comes to, health and fitness, mental health, when it comes to, maintaining yourself, as a woman? If you can't, like, typically, and I'm not going to say always, but typically wealth attracts wealth. If you don't look like $1 million, what makes you think that these millionaires are just going out to the ghetto trying to pick up this chick and this chick? They're not. You know what I mean? And so if you're not able to sit here and do something that they're not used to, having, or, someone doing, then why would he choose you, or why would he, be loyal to you, or why would he just, you would be the only one? You know what I mean? If you're going to leave him because he's cheating on you, I'm not going to say that's what men do, but I'm going to say that's what men do. They like a variety, and regardless if they're good or not, they like a variety. And just because you're not doing what you're supposed to do doesn't mean that, they're just so in love with you, they're not going to do anything. That's why I sit here and I say, girls, especially if you're married, especially if you're like, oh, Fancy, he not going nowhere, but I just need your help with X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, your husband might be the man who just paid my rent last month while you over here playing. And a lot of women don't take me serious when I say that, because there are women who will do what you're not doing. And I'm not saying in the bedroom. When it comes to the kitty and stuff like that, I don't care how good you throw it back. I don't care. Okay, I had a coaching call with this lady today, and I sat here and I said, when it comes to being intimate with a man, intimacy is an extreme urge. It's like, imagine being handcuffed, right, and having to scratch your shoulder or scratch your nose or something like this. And I used this analogy before. And so, but you just can't, and you just, you just really need to scratch it. And so as soon as you're able to scratch it, you're going to have such, it's going to be a release. It's just going to be so satisfying. But 2-3 days down the road, you're not going to be like, dang, the other day I just had a real bad itch and I'm so glad I got to scratch it. That's the same thing when it comes to sex with men. Yes, it's an intense urge for them. Yes, it's something that they just need to, have, but it doesn't mean they love you. It doesn't mean that they're going to stop doing what they're doing. It doesn't mean that they have any feelings towards you. It doesn't mean that you're anything to them. And so with you understanding how strong the urge is, you have to take, control, because what you don't understand is, with me, XO and XO, what we understand, these men trying to, equip themselves. And I'm like, let me take notes. So if he say something like this, I know he a fool. I just cannot. I cannot. That's why I tell you, I don't be watching girls like that, because again, what works for everybody won't work for you. And yes, I understand, going through breakups and trying to get mentally right and stuff like that. But honestly, we don't need to look to these men as far as, telling them our past and our stories and our heartbreak and stuff like that. Honestly, what we really need to do is we need to get help, we need to get therapy, we need to get counseling, and we need to be able to figure out why we attracted that kind of person, you know what I mean, to begin with, so we don't continue to attract that person, how to heal ourselves as far as being able to identify that we deserve more and that we're worthy, you know what I mean. And then we need to sit here and work on ourselves as far as, our appearance and stuff. That's our currency. If you don't mind working, for the rest of your lives, by all means, but don't sit here and feel as though, you're gonna have fun in your 20s and 30s and stuff like that, and then once you get older and 40s, okay, I'm ready for my affluent man. Sweetheart, we are all getting older. I don't care if you're black and you just age like wine. I don't care if you have great genetics and you're whatever race you may be. All women, as we get older, we get more tired. As we get tired, we get lazy. Not only do we get lazy, we settle. We sit here and get desperate. We will sit here and accept any and everything from anybody, because we have that mindset of, okay, at this time it's over, it's game over, we need to figure something out. So instead of focusing mainly, especially for my girls who are saying what's a good age for coaching, yes, go hard in those degrees and stuff like that, but if you don't want to work for the rest of your life, make that a time where you're trying to network and connect. Yes, still make good grades, still obtain that degree, but take advantage of that time as far as keeping yourself in shape, you know what I mean, and using your youth to attract your husband. And when I say when you're in your 20s and stuff like that, I'm not saying attract a man that's in college with you. I mean that you need to be going above and beyond. A man that's in college, he doesn't have, what did our grandma say, a pot to piss in. He don't have money himself. And even if a man's family has money, he still doesn't technically have access to that. And it's not about potential, it's about getting what you can get from them right now. So if you're in your 20s, you need to be talking to men that are at least 35 and above. And if you're, in your 30s, still, I feel as though you shouldn't be talking to men younger than 45, because again, they will play games. They're not mature. And at that time, they shouldn't be spending their money on trying to maintain a high value woman, because we are very expensive. I feel as though, I look at my bills every month and I'm like, dang, I was like, if he can't afford me, listen here, there's no reason for me to be talking to you, because I can do it by myself. So yeah, so this is the time right now. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until you lose weight. Don't wait until, like, again, weight is important, maintaining yourself is important. Same thing when it comes to makeup and hair and stuff like that. I don't care if you're natural beauty or not. At the end of the day, you need to look like somebody at all times, somebody amazing. You know what I mean? You need to look like a celebrity. You need to look like, who is she? What is she? Does she own this place? And that's how you need to look if you're going to try to attract, the owner, the boss, the CEO versus the janitor. He is so funny. My baby just be laughing. He is so sweet. He be saying, "Mommy, I can't wait till I'm a grown up and stuff." I said, "Boy, shut up." I said, "If I could be you and be spoiled and stuff, I would." He said, "No, but you be telling me to go to bed early and stuff." And I said, "I wish I could go to bed early." Um, y'all are so silly. Right. For sure. Oh, well, I do. But I didn't get my degree in biochemistry to do anything. Like, I never, when I was a child, when I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a wife. I was kind of weird. I didn't want to have kids only because I came from a really small dysfunctional family, and I just didn't want to bring kids up in that situation. But I said if my husband wanted one, I would, have one for that special one. And of course, it wasn't that, right guy, but he brought the love of my life, my son. And so I don't regret it. But yes, I did get my degree to, position myself to be around the type of men that, I wanted, And so just from a real young age, I knew what I wanted. And yes, like everybody else, we get distracted by that eggplant. We get distracted by our types and stuff. But like, I didn't get my degree to work. I ain't never wanted to work ever. And I'm just, no. Nothing but the chill. Exactly. Yes, 50 and up, very generous. I absolutely, you know what? I just, for some reason, it just makes me smile. I feel like my husband's going to be like 65, 70. And I'm just going to be the best wife ever. But until then, back to those women that I was dating a high value man. He makes six figures. Not only does he make six figures, he does it consistently for 5-ish years plus. And if he's not making it, he's not a high value man financially. In addition to that, he has so many other qualifications, that's necessary to, qualify as a high value man. But y'all was so stuck on 100K, 200K. Like, y'all was so stuck on that price. And I'm like, girl, you probably you haven't even said hi to somebody who makes six figures. Why are you over here acting like, literally, I should have screenshotted the comment. She was like, 6K. I expect them to make that at least in a month. Girl, shut up. Shut up. Because if you was talking to men like that, you would not be on my channel. Girl, boo. Get out. Like, so we just got to be realistic. At the end of the day, yes, all of us women, it's just not realistic. We're all not going to, marry a high value man. And there are a lot of women that aren't willing to put in that work. And I feel as though that's the disconnect. You just feel like, oh, I'm gonna play hard to get. I'm gonna act unimpressed. I'm gonna act not bothered. I'm gonna sit here and find out all about him, and I'm gonna play this game. And so, I knew he was gonna come in here for the charger. Daddy-o. Y'all, sorry. Daddy-o, you need this? Here, use this charger. Here, baby. Thank you. But did y'all have any other questions before I get off of here? I know it was late and I didn't even let y'all know that I was coming on here, but it was just last minute and I felt so bad. I was like, dang, I haven't talked to my girls all week and I didn't feel like editing the video. And I do have my part 2 as far as what happened when I got flued out. I'm just waiting for them to monetize it. I used to just like edit videos and upload them and make them live. Not no more. I feel as though since I be so real with y'all and I be like, saying so much, they didn't put me on the automatic demonetized. So by the time they review my channel, everybody didn't watch it that's gonna watch it, and there's no ads playing. So it's currently right now in review. So that video is coming up. I did not forget about you girls. Okay. Absolutely. She said, what weight range would you recommend? Everybody's different. Everybody has different heights. Everybody carries weight differently. Everybody has different body types. Actually, and the older they are, the more compassionate they are, and they always know that it's not a forever thing because they are facing. Okay. Well, yeah. In addition to that, when a man is older, he tends to be more experienced with women, and he's not only experienced, but he knows what to do and what to say, and he's more sensitive to your snide, remarks or your hints or your suggestions. Like, oh no, like one of my guys, he was just like, oh, so you don't like it? I was just like, what are you talking about? And it was nothing for him to sit here and just, go get me what I wanted. You know what I mean? From the very beginning. And so, like, a younger guy would have been like, shoot, that was a lot of money already. And you tripping. Like, let me go get my money back. Like, it's a mentality. It's a maturity thing. And so you have to understand who you're dealing with. I have one child. I am not having any more kids at all whatsoever. So I'm definitely not going to deal with a young guy who's going to try to trap me and hold me down and have me push something out. I'm not going to push nothing else out. In addition to that, I need you to be able to, get my hands. I don't want to have to spell it out, but I will, and I will at a very, very, early to older men. Well, yeah, older men can teach you, which is something young men can't do. Exactly. Younger men are still trying to figure out themselves, and they're just trying to figure out, how to make the money and stuff like that. I feel as though younger men should honestly, even my son will be a provider man. He will not be with a woman. Like, that's not how I'm raising him. If he just all of a sudden grows up and decides that, hey, for whatever reason, he doesn't want to be the type of man that I raised, then that's on him. You know what I mean? But I'm raising him to be a provider male, and that's just what it is. And so I don't expect him to, be in his 20s and stuff like that, marrying young. I expect him to be invested into companies and corporations and stuff like that, getting multiple degrees, because a man's a man's status is his income, and that's just what it is. And so if my son doesn't have degrees, if he doesn't have, corporations, if he doesn't have anything in his name, then again, same thing with women. Women want to say all day, oh, well, I don't feel like, maybe women don't say that all day, but men will sit here and be like, oh, I don't want to be with a gold digger, X, Y, and Z, and ABC, and it's so frowned upon and stuff like that. But men want to sit here and they don't want to say nothing about the ones that are okay with a woman taking care of them. Or the men don't want to say anything that they're okay with, leaving a woman after she didn't gained weight, or she didn't got into, a life altering accident and she's deformed or anything like that. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to say that they're that type. But then when a woman says that her standards are, I need you to at least make this amount of money, and whatever else we go through, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to love you. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to be loyal to you. I'm not going to say I'm not going to respect you. I'm not going to say I'm not going to submit to you. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to be that for you. But what I am going to say is that is my number one requirement. Not my only requirement, but my number one requirement. And if you don't fall within that number one, you can't get to step two. Is it hot in Texas? Girl, it's been 108, 110, 113 every single day. They said if it's hot in England, it's hot in Texas. Really? I did not know that. It is really hot. I didn't even leave the house today. She said, is water wet? Vegas is dry. It's really dry. Houston is very humid. Dallas is like medium. It's medium. So, yeah, Dallas is medium. But you girls been doing good. Y'all been doing good. I'm so proud of my girls that have been in coaching. Y'all have been making money. I'm so proud of my girls that are within our sugaring group. Y'all have been making money. Like, I've been seeing nothing but Cash App and Venmo and screenshots and all kinds of stories and stuff. I love it. I absolutely love it. Y'all have to understand that having a poverty mindset and accepting anything that a man is trying to throw at you will do more harm than good. And at the end of the day, what's for you is for you. You never need to be concerned that he's going to walk away, that you're going to offend him, that any of that's going to happen, because at the end of the day, if he does that, he's not the man for you. Absolutely, girl. Coming soon. Coming soon. My San Antonio, my dad lives there. Haven't been there ever, though. I went to San Antonio as a kid. The cities in Texas are night and day. Houston's very urban. Austin is like kind of like country in a college town, kind of. I'm not saying super country, but kind of like young and country and, you know, college, cowboy-esque. San Antonio is very Latin. And Dallas is a mix. It's very, very mixed. And then we have Fort Worth, and that's our country. That's our country. That's, you know, you see them cowboys. Some of the guys that I have coming for our Bad Girls Club Sugar Baby Weekend, they're like, do you think they're gonna mind me wearing my cowboy hat? I said, boy, shut up. You better wear that hat. Wear that hat then. The cowboys be having that money. They like to live a very simple life, but they make that money. So same with a lot of African men. They like to live a very hoeing life, but they believe in providing for the women. I had to say it. Them Africans, they don't be playing. They be making that money though. So I was just like, yo, you ain't finna get me with that dirty thing, but you can give me your money though. Something about Texas, all the sugar babies and women married to wealthy are from XOXO. Why you ain't called into the Zoom call? Girl, I'm thinking about calling. I just don't know, because after that one lady called, and she has another YouTube channel, and people started trolling and stuff, and it just, I feel like this, as a high value woman, I'm not with being led by my emotions. I'm not with conflict. It's not classy to me. And I feel as though it's okay to have difference of opinions. We're men. I mean, they're men and we're women. You understand? And so since it's men versus women opinions, I feel as though we're going to clash. I have a lot of men who watch me and they're just like, but she cute though. You know what I mean? And they don't necessarily like what I'm saying, but they're going to be respectful and they're not going to argue. And so I feel as though just because a man has a different point of view, which, you know, they would, and they feel as though their way is the only way. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go in there. But girl, I didn't thought about going on his thing. What about you? Girl, I've been waiting for you to call in. I said, is my friend going to call in? What's she going to say? I see you in there talking to all them, and I feel like his audience, aren't high value men. Even when the men do call in and stuff, I feel like they're wannabes, or like, I just feel like if he does talk to high value men, I feel as though he's talking to them, you know, in his regular business life, but the men who watch their channel are just there to bash women. I just feel like that. I just feel like they're just there to bash women. And I'm just over here watching. I'm like, okay, so they can't be that age because that's too old, but they can't be that age because they too young. What age could it be? You can't be no age. If you're a woman, and it's not gonna work. Yeah, I be seeing you over there, friend. I be wanting to say something, but I was like, they can't see my name if you're gonna talk about me. I ain't got nothing to say. Y'all not gonna put me in timeout. I don't read the comments. I guess I gotta focus on his comments more. I be watching the comments because the thing is, what he says, it don't really matter. As an influencer, you're influencing people to feel a certain type of way. And I feel like the only time that he gets a lot of views and stuff is when he's putting women down. Yes, I feel like it's very important for us to keep our looks up. Yes, I feel like it's very important. If you want a man to have all this money, provide this lifestyle, give you an endless, like a black card that you can do whatever with, why you think you can be overweight? Why do you feel as though you don't have to maintain yourself? Why do you think that you can talk back? Why do you feel as though, you know, and yes, a lot of those things I agree with, but I just feel like with me talking to women all day, every day, and with me dealing with men all my life, you cannot tell me that that's the right approach. But I be over there listening to them Dusties. I be like, what? Yes, his comments are crazy. His comments are crazy, but I ain't gonna say they not gonna be able to come over here. Shoot. Yeah, I'm a gold digger. Nigga, and what? And like he said, if you can afford, wealthy men they don't fear gold diggers. They can afford us. And it's true. But, yeah. I just wanted to say hi. Shoot. I'm about to call into his Zoom. Psych. When you get over there, should you... when you get over there, should you... let us know before you do, so that we can be there with you. Y'all, I feel like... Okay, this is what I'm going to say. And I want to know if y'all know. Okay, his mood changes when somebody puts him in check. Like, I think somebody didn't say here and said something. They said something disrespectful, saying something about a turtleneck. Or, I mean, not a turtleneck. I just saw y'all put a turtleneck. Said something about him wearing a corset. You wear a corset under that suit or something. And he said, hey, yo, mama down here sucking my... I said, and you a high-value man and you're talking like that, disrespectful? Like, everybody's not gonna like me. I'm not gonna be everybody's type, okay? And with that being said, if somebody says something disrespectful to me, I'm not gonna just lash back out, because that's not the mentality of a high-value person. A high-value person brings value. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't believe it, but I feel like it's entertaining, y'all. And I be over there watching. I'm not gonna say that I don't. I be like, how do women continue to call him thinking he gonna help? He ain't ever sat here and helped a woman. He's never gave her legit advice. Never. Just sat here and just been like... And then he feel like just because you're a certain height, you have to be a certain way. Nigga, I weigh 180 pounds, and I'm 5'6", and my tummy's on flat. I'm sorry. All men don't want no skinny little boy. They just don't. And if you're small, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just being honest. We're all not gonna look the same. We're all not gonna fit in the same cookie cutter, situation. And so with that being said, I feel as though that's why I don't feel like it's a legit certain type of height and weight and look. I feel as though you need to be the best version of yourself you can be. Just like a very petite frame person can never just be super thick, no matter how much that dude goes to the gym. Just like a super big guy, no matter if he starves himself to death, he's just not going to be very, very small. Like, what's that old show, Rob and Big, or Small and Big, the big black guy and the small white guy? No matter how much that black man starved himself, he was never going to be small like that white boy. No matter how much that white boy got in the gym, took steroids, did whatever, you have to fit you. And that's just it. Yeah, it'd be entertaining. Exactly, 5'7", you had to be 140. I'm just sitting here saying, if everybody was in these weights and heights and stuff, it wouldn't be a variety, and it would be extremely boring. You know what I mean? And so I feel as though if he was more realistic in his approach, I feel like it would be better. But shoot, he doing what he doing to get his views. Because I'd be over there watching. I'd be like, mama, get off my phone. I'm trying to watch this man act a fool. Yeah, I do think he's like that on purpose. He's putting on, I feel like he knows like, if he's not putting women down, he knows his views aren't high. And the men in there are not high value men. And I really feel like he be making them big bucks. I be feeling as though I'm like, at first, that one guy who be spending all that money, I'd be like, do y'all be apping him the money in advance? Do he be sending y'all the money? And y'all just supposed to, encourage others to spend money too within the show? He's a narcissist. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh. Oh, he did die. He's really disrespectful, and I feel like that's why a lot of men like him. A lot of men like him. As a mother, I would never be okay with my son um treating women like that. I don't care if you disagree. You know what I mean? It just doesn't sit. As a woman, I'm no. But I'm gonna let y'all go. He do be. Well, we gonna have us a money song. We gonna have us a money song. Shoot, let me get a poll, and then in the intermission, let me get up there and do a little something, something, and y'all throw a little cash to see a little. Hey. But I love you, girls. I just wanted to say hi. I just wanted to say hi. I just wanted to check on you. Y'all are everything to me. Y'all are absolutely everything. I really, really even love the girls who don't F with me. Like, I just love y'all. So, I was thinking about calling into Zoom, but I think number one, my voice is very distinctive. Like, for some reason, I didn't go through puberty. Because I sound the same way I've always sounded, and I feel like if I went on there, it would be a lot of people would, recognize me. And then he's been trying to do the see you first. He know me. He knows me. So he wouldn't even let me. I don't believe he'll let me on there. All right, girls, y'all have a good night. And XOXO, girl, I'm about to see you. I'm about to see you one of these nights. I might say a little something, something. Hey, Kim up. Hey. All right, I'll talk to you girls later.